Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with some more NTW 3 action for you today, and this is a glorious 4v4 custom battle here for you today. And we do have 4 French armies here of varying different eras and regions. We have the Russian Centre over here of 1812. We have got the Flanders 1815 army over here, along with the 1796 France, and then we have all the way off in the distance 1799. The Italian campaign here, and they are facing a variety of different forces today. We do have the like the Peninsula sort of army here for the British. We have the Russians back there, so that'll be 1812 Russia. We have Spain over here, and I do believe we have another Russian army. Yeah, this is like the more like 1806 Russia, I believe. So we have plenty of Russians, plenty of Spanish, and plenty of British here today. And I've been told that this one is a glorious one. Really, like, is one of the most epic battles they have ever fought. Like, this group of players have ever fought. So definitely strap yourselves in, get yourselves some snacks, get yourselves some drinks, and prepare yourselves for what is to be a glorious, glorious fight. That is for sure. Yes, if you. Yeah, I believe that this battle has like all sorts of stuff going on in it. It has like one arm gets double teamed but manages to hold on for like a long time. There's massive cavalry fights apparently. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this being amazing. That is for sure. Okay, if you want to see more of these sort of battles, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment show your support. As always, guys, it really does help out the channel as we work towards 7k subs. And the Italian Voltigeurs here, getting ready. They're all doing a little bit of sharpshooting early. Already getting a few kills, you know, weakening these British line infantry, as you should. There are quite, like, this Russian Centre army is a very nasty army to come up against. You've got a decent, you can bring a decent amount of troops, including guard troops. You've got Trilliers down here, which are like guardsman units. They're interspersed everywhere. They actually can't form square. They've got the Vistula Legion, no, not Vistula Legion. I saw Legion and thought this was Vistula. No, it's the Portuguese Legion. We've got Verdenberg here as well. We've got the guards, the Italian Velite guards over here. We've got actually a lot of Italian Velite guards and more Carabiniers, Grenadiers. That is of the Vistula Legion. So they are going to be some nasty, nasty troops to come up against. This is like top tier infantry here we're seeing. Though actually, to be fair, a lot of it can't form square, so they have to be careful of that. Good artillery position here, though. We've got the 6 pounders.
Fallen to the enemy.
6 pounders up here, and then we've got a Frenchman now saying a building has fallen to the enemy. The Spanish have indeed occupied this building here, as you can see. We do have the Chasseurs Cheval here, ready. They look like they're going to try and maybe rush and stop that unit from getting in the building. We do have the 1815 campaign army. They are preparing to assault this village. I would be surprised if they didn't have any guardsmen in their army. Usually they do bring them. I see just a lot of line infantry. This is just a lot of line infantry here. Dragoons, lots of dragoons. Again, I would thought maybe we'd see some cuirassiers, but maybe not. Maybe this is the 1796 with all their cavalry battalier. Jeez, yeah, they are bringing a lot of cavalry, the French army. I think the 1796 might have gone all cav. It seems it. Yeah, I think he might have gone all cav. There's so many dragoon units out there. Excited to see how that one goes down. I mean, oh, as I literally turn around, they go in. The Spanish get committed. Dragoons getting thrown in. This is surely not a fight that the Spanish can win. There's just so many French cavalry units, but who knows? Actually, they have managed to rout this dragoon unit, and they might get the other one. The Spanish cav is, you know what, not to be messed with. I take it back. Maybe they're gonna need all these numbers because these Spanish cavalry units are actually monsters. There's another one out there, another dragoon unit. They might return. I'm not sure. They are sort of healthy. Yeah, they need to be careful chasing up these units. They don't want to be chasing too much because they will get tired. Well, Colonel General there. That's 1796 dragoons again. Don't want to get baited in. I mean, the Spanish and the Russians may have plenty more cav, and they do. Look at all this cav back here. Hussars, more Spanish cav, which I'm not sure what exactly this unit is. If someone could tell me, that would be very helpful. I'm not quite sure. It kind of looks like the Spanish version of cavalry battalier, but it's definitely not called that is for sure. Over here, looks like the Peninsula army is kind of shifting as far away as possible. They want to get away from this hill, which is understandable. This hill looks like an absolute pain to assault with the 6-pounders up here. And we've also got a... this is a guard artillery piece. This is Italian guard artillery piece. My gosh, that'll be good artillery. I mean, they've got some Chevalier Lancers as well, so that'll be okay. There's Eugene's there doing his bit. Helping his stepfather out in this time of need. I think they're going to have too much infantry for this small area. I think they're going to be too stacked up. That's just me. Back over here, the Russians starting to arrive now. Well, at least their cavalry is. Wherever their infantry is, not quite so sure. Seeing a little bit of 1806 Russia's army making an appearance over here. And as the French get absolutely battered, they are getting pounded. This chasseur unit needs to move. Got lots of line infantry here. Again, not much of it can form square. Well, maybe 50% of it can form square. It all seems like it's on one side. Chasseurs. We've got a Russian cavalry unit though that's found a gap in the line. A little light cav unit here. Well, actually a lancer. Needs to be careful. There is plenty of chasseurs mooching about, but if they can get into the back line, so there is actually a reserve here being held. Grenadiers the line. Dragoons, got Dessous back here with his defending his artillery. He's brought up a 12-pounder up. Not bad artillery piece of brain, got good range, but he definitely does not want to let that thing get taken out by a little lone cavalry unit. Over here, back on this side, we have got a charge going on here. The Spanish, well, the Peninsula Army here going in against these Voltigeurs. And now we've got some Chevaliers coming in. Oh, they need to be careful. Chevaliers going in, and they should rout a little, looks like a Spanish like light cav unit. You need to be careful. We don't want to have to don't want to fire a full infantry volley in there. If they don't need to. I mean, are the French going to carry on and go for the guns of the British? Perhaps. Oh, that was a good shot, though. Morale took a massive hit there, yeah, and the French break. Got a whole, like, army of Spanish mob coming up now as well. There are more some redcoats on the way as well, but certainly an interesting one, that is for sure. The French are just making sure their cavalry broke and shot them. It's always a good thing to do. They might return again, 34. There's a good chance they might. Who knows? But anyway, let's go back over to the far side. The French and the Spanish now in a brutal firefight here for this building. The Spanish actually still hold the building. Looks like the French is going to let it get bombarded to pieces. But yeah, they need to be careful. It's being shot in the front and the back. Morale is not looking good here. And they keep, like, changing formation. They just need to get set up and fire. And looks like the Spanish are going to go for a charge here. Maybe, or point blank volley. Jeez, that was brutal. I don't know if the French will win that fight. The French got off a decent volley there on an infantry unit. French unit starting to break there. We had a line infantry break. Spanish usually bring huge amounts of infantry. They usually can spam out the infantry. And that is usually their way of combating the French. You can see here, it's starting to work. I mean, the French getting pushed back here. They need to retreat. This is just not a fight they want to take in the streets. They need to get their cavalry in behind, but whether that will work, Chasseur Cheval there is certainly useful. It's a little Spanish unit here. They all look so different to the Spanish units. It's just like, they just all decide they come in different uniforms. They make quite colourful armies. I mean, usually you see them in white or in yellow, but they do also come in brown, blue, red, green. They come in all sorts of colours. I can hear more charging going on. Oh, more fighting over this building here.
Our men are running, sir.
That's not good. Oh, and the big cavalry fight is now getting underway. Oh my gosh, yep, here we go. Dragoons going in. It looks as though we're going to have the Russian, Spanish, and French cav fighting it out. It looks like the French are losing at the moment, but that could easily change. The French have plenty of more cavalry reserves. You imagine whoever wins this wins the cavalry fight. Russians starting to rout. I don't know if they really want to charge in again, the French dragoons, after just losing a fight. Or just nearly losing a fight. They certainly need morale to get up. But here we go. It's looking brutal. Fucking Murat's cavalry going in.
Our men are running, sir.
The cavalry battalion here. It's kind of pretty decent cav. I don't know how good it is like nowadays. We've got Spanish infantry now shifting over maybe to support this cavalry fight. But yeah, this is a big ass cavalry fight. French, I think, are going to lose it. I think the French are going to lose it. Just. I don't know. It's looking very even in some of these fights. But over here, this is not a good look. I actually know the Allies are losing it now. The Russians will just chain route it. The Spanish, if they can just surround this French cav, could certainly turn this fight back in favor of the coalition forces. Here we go. Spanish arriving. Both these units are very similar. Like the cavalry battalion and the Spanish cav look so similar. Yeah, the French have won over here, which is huge for them and their cause.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
I'm sure the men are fatigued because they are absolutely knackered because they've just been in a massive old fight. Over here, though, it's all going on as well. As you can see, the British have been forced back. The French, like, lines have just done an absolute piece of work here. We've got Carabiniers going in, routing infantry as it retreats. Cavalry as well as infantry is trying to rout here. But yeah, I've been so like distracted by that little cavalry fight going on, little big cavalry fight going on. Did not even see this take place. Can't catch it all. The Voltigeurs, the Velete, good end it is. Firing, I mean, they might be shooting into the back of their own troops. Be careful of that. It might be better just doing their old bayonet charges. The Carabiniers, they look like they might get routed. Certainly if they carry on the fight. These are elite, like sort of like light infantry. They are really, really tough. There you go. That is all going on. Let's see what's going on the other side. You can see the French have now engaged the Russians here. So it is all starting to take place over on this side as well. This is 1799. It's the Italian campaign. French against the early like period Russians. We've got a good charge up there. Look at that charge. Broke that unit just so easily. They actually broke as well though. So was it worth it? Who knows? A good trade. The Russians have a nice hill though for their artillery up here. I mean, they have just routed that French infantry in front of them. They've got their musketeers already. This seems like a pretty decent duel. Russian cav has been routed here. The dragoons are now able to flank in, and they could just go in behind and just hit as many of these Russian units as they want. You can see the other Russian player now looks like he's desperately sending dragoons in that direction to support his comrade. But here we go. French dragoons going into the back lines. These actually look like they might be Prussians. I'm actually seeing Allies capture building. I presume, yeah, that's the building that the Flemish army has finally captured. These actually look like Prussians, though. They're dark blue. Yeah, these are definitely Prussians. Looking at their hats and stuff like that. So it's like a Prussian-Austrian combo army here today. And there you go. They are, you can see they are definitely Russians. These guys in green, got a different sort of hat going on. And it looks like we've got the Russians over here. They're playing ball with these Frenchmen here. It's hard to see for the French. It seems as though French cav again on this side trying to beat the Russian cav. I don't know what it's doing here, but it's certainly going to get shot by both infantry and by the cavalry. No, not by cavalry. It's sliced up by cavalry, perhaps. At the same time, French cav does not look like it's doing so great. Yeah, getting shot by the Russian musketeers. Has routed it. I'm surprised it knows to rout the Russian infantry, but there you go. The French have taken this building at a great cost. The Russians now have arrived. This French army is getting double teamed and needs to hold for quite a while. And you can see here that the 1796 like cav army, it needs to get moving. It needs to get somewhere else. I know it's resting up. It's very tired. It does need to have a little bit of a rest, but it does need to go and support someone. This French army over here looked like it was, I mean, still looked like it's doing very well. It's starting to rout, lose a few units over here and there. I feel like their army's getting a little bit disjointed. They need to reassemble, reorganize, and go again. They need to somehow try and get to these guns, because these guns seem like they're doing a lot of damage. Got some Portuguese guns here, doing all sorts of problems to these French line infantry. Tirailleurs here being broken. The guardsmen, the so-called guardsmen, being broken. Looks like the Britons actually being able to reset up pretty nicely. And as you can see, France, I mean, they've got a decent amount of infantry left, but they are a bit scattered. They need to be careful. They don't want their losses to be too high. But there you go. Cavalry looks like Chasseurs Cheval might get in now. Finally, they are going to get into these guns. You can see the gunner crew trying to make a run for it. This one's not going to make it in time. And you can see they're trying to make a run for the squares. They nearly did it. I don't know why he stopped. Maybe they just, I don't know. Maybe sometimes Total War units just stop at, even though they didn't need to. There you go. The cavalry succeeded. I mean, it might get routed here by the square, but it did its job. I actually have a general here coming up. It's a bold move, general, charging the chasseurs. There you go. With the guns gone, I feel like this British army over here might be done and buried. And they have got some units left, and some decent units and red codes scattered about, but I don't know if they're going to be able to stop. Most of those French units that routed probably will return. Won't be as effective, yes, but... And the same with the British, they'll return as well, you imagine. But the British just definitely took an absolute beating there. Here we go. Got French cavalry in. Russian musketeers here. Ready for line infantry. They're not really good musketeers by this point. Chasseurs. And they got a decent charge off. I think they might rout this Russian infantry here. I don't know. Winning slightly. Morale would say otherwise. Yeah, morale says they are going to get broken. They actually sort of formed, looks like they sort of formed square, but they were very much in combat. I don't know what I feel about that. Over here, though, this is not looking good. The French have been absolutely defeated. This whole left flank is gone. So really well played there by the Russian player, and the building has fallen to the enemy. Oh, they've retaken this building? Okay. So the Russians must have troops now inside, I imagine, because they are the closest. Yeah, it looks like there's Russians kicking out the French. And the French have seen it as a sign to evac the building. Or evac, not even just evac the building, just evac the entire city. Yeah, they've got a lot of these troops over here. Just the Flemish army is. I don't know why I'm calling it the Flemish army. The 1815 army has had a rough time. Then again, they had a rough time in reality as well at Waterloo, so they should be used to it. There's cavalry over here. I mean, this is... I don't know if this is just all that remains of the all-cav army of 1796 France, but if it is, it's looking a sad sight. It's they're all dead down here, I guess, though. But, yeah, they could do with maybe getting some over somewhere, maybe trying to harass this peninsula if they can just help quickly rout it. I'm not saying that the Russian Center Army can't do it. They definitely can. It's just, can they do it quicker if they have extra cav support, get them behind, rout it? Because this Peninsula Army Russian Central Army needs to get over there and support its allies. Because its allies having a bit of a rough time. They're going to need these Velite Grenadiers, that is for sure. These guys which are basically untouched. Like 87 out of... These are Italian Grenadiers, actually, so these aren't guardsmen. But still, 88, 87 out of 87, 95 out of 95. Yeah, so healthy units here. You can see that the Russians are in behind. Well, not the Russians. The Russian campaign is in behind. Scottish Chevalier Lancers here. These are nasty Lancer units as well. 6th E Chevaliers. I've got some beef with them. They're very, very nasty. The Russians now in combat in the street. They do love a bit of a street fight here. Taking on some line infantry here. A unit that can form square as well, so the French don't really want to lose this. They'll fight it out, it seems, for this city. And there you go, the Russians been routed, just. But they are quite a way into the city. The Russians. I don't know really if... I don't know. The battle lines are looking very skewed right now. The French need to just set up in this village somehow, but it's looking a little messy. Like, they're getting flanked constantly while getting shot in the front. It's looking very messy. They're getting charged here. The Russians going in. I don't know if this line infantry will hold. Hold the line for the Emperor. So both sides are the same, but in different languages. Both sides routed. Decent trade. The Russians here, yeah, just going all in, bayonets twirling. They are trying to get to Antonin Drouot here. What else have we got? We got gendarmes elite. We've got an elite cav unit here. Protecting the general in case there's any sort of shenanigans going on over there. Back over on this side, seems as though we've had cavalry charges. They were sort of unsuccessful. We now got infantry going in. You can see here, we've got the tirailleurs going in. Down by the beach. Looks like the tirailleurs will get defeated. And then we got, yeah, more British infantry coming well up. The Spanish sort of like militia by the looks of it. These guys have come out of square by the looks of it. I don't know, but the Chevaliers charging anyway. Yeah, I think they'll get this infantry unit here. It's a risky tactic. And you've got the guardsmen coming in here. It's actually a healthy Chevalier unit here. Yeah, they are slowly routing the Peninsula Army. They've still got a lot of Portuguese and some British units left. It's just a matter of when, not if. The militia's actually trying to run away from the guardsmen. A brutal sight. Anyway, we'll move away from there. It seems as though, oh gosh, this is not looking good. 1799 France is all but gone, really. I mean, they're trying to do one last day. Oh, this is 1796. Dragoons here, going into the back. Routing one unit, which is, I guess, is something, but oh, and we've got cavalry battalier coming in here. This is all French cav. I thought it was Russian cav coming to save the day. No, this is actually like kind of a bit major for the Russians. They're actually losing a lot of infantry here. I did not realize this is all like French cav just in behind. They were well positioned and just able to threaten the rear of the Russian army right now. I mean, they've got an absolute mountain to climb if they're even going to try and defeat all this Russian infantry, which they won't. But they've done a good job so far. Russians over here are mopping up, it seems, the 1815 army at the moment. They pushed them back quite a way. I think the French could do with getting a few general kills. They haven't actually defeated an army yet. I feel like the coalition have technically defeated 1799. It's the Italian campaign. The Peninsula Army is not yet done, but it is very close to being done. The problem is they have a lot of infantry left to the coalition forces, and the reason for that is the French don't have as much infantry. They had one army that was entirely made up of cavalry. And though it can work an all cavalry army, I have seen it work.
We have killed their general, sir.
It's
now they must break.
It doesn't always work, and there you go. Speaking of general kills, I think that's the Peninsula Army losing its general, and I mean they've lost their army. They've literally got like 2 units left. And this is sadly going to be the Grenadiers of this little Legion going in. These elites are going to be needed on the far side very soon. They've routed everything here. Really nicely done. Now these guys need to turn around. They need to start marching in this direction of those Spanish troops. I mean, some of these troops might return again, but really they need to get over here. They can't spend the entire time chasing down Peninsula troops. They need to get over here, help against the Spanish. The Spanish at the moment, they're not very concentrated. They're kind of scattered around everywhere because they're scared of this French cav. Yeah, they're looking a little stretched. And we actually have French cav in here. We have the 1796 French army here with some dragoons, and he's routing a lot of Spanish infantry here. There you go, route a 3rd unit, might get this 4th one. It's actually doing an incredible amount of damage here. And there you go. Looks like he's going to get this one as well. And there you go. Well into that Dragoon unit. Actually just like really helped out on this left flank here. Well, left flank for the Spanish, right flank for the French. Seems as though the 12-pounders back here had a bit of a problem. Wow, they have a lot of 12-pounders. Like, my gosh. I don't even think they've got a clear shot on anything. But here we go, the French. Just being patient right now. Having a bit of a line battle with the Russians. I mean, this is probably more in favor for them. The Russian accuracy is not as good as the French accuracy, if I remember correctly. Russians rely on that old bayonet charge. Is that the Spanish general? That is the Spanish general there. I don't know if he's just that vulnerable. But surely the Spanish players should be thinking twice about sending the general in this direction after just watching 3 or 4 of his infantry units rout here. I mean, actually, one has returned. Well, this might be just a fresh one, actually. But, yeah. They are on their way up. We actually do have a building being captured as well. Oh. Okay, so it looks like we've got Grenadiers of the Visceral Legion being left to garrison this area. Which is not a bad idea. They've got some pretty fierce troops ready to go in and defend that. And you can see already the Russian Center Army in its long columns now moving in the direction of the Spanish. Very slowly. They need to keep moving. But they do look glorious, some of these guys. The Trilliers and the Visceral Legion especially. They've already got their Voltigeurs and their cavalry out here. French cavalry still fairly healthy out here. I mean, it looked like a sad sight of itself, and it still is, really. We've got Lands here who's in charge of that army, but he has only got a couple of units. I mean, this cavalry battalion is still very healthy, in fairness. But it could all go wrong with one wrong cavalry charge. You can see the Russians are kind of dedicating themselves out here to try and make sure that they cannot return. Don't know what cavalry unit that was, but it's a Russian one, and it is hidden and waiting. Yes, if you're wanting to get involved in some NTW3 action and you would like to get involved in some scenarios, some streams, just some battles, send in your own replays, then feel free to join the Discord. The link's down below in the description. We are close to 1,000 members, and I am really pleased with the little community that we formed. It's really nice, great bunch of people, great place to just come and have a chat and chill and talk about history or total war or just, yeah, just about generally anything. But yeah, if you want to join the Discord, the link is down below in the description of this video. This 12-pounder here needs to be careful, he's turning. I don't know if the French infantry have been told that there's a 12-pounder behind them, but they might need to move. That is looking very dicey. But yeah, some of these infantry units for the French are really small. I mean, their campaign's unit size is much smaller, I believe, than most, like Imperial French armies. Like certainly Russian Center and sort of like 1805, 1806, sort of like French infantry units are much bigger. I mean, these ones are average around like the size of like 80-man units. There are a few bigger ones, but yeah, they're usually around like 80. So they usually get outgunned. I feel like they just get outgunned. Like the Russians actually kind of, it works in their favor because they just have large units and usually a lot of men. Same with the Spanish. So they just have more guns, even if they don't have the accuracy. They have more guns to just bear on the French in this scenario. Anyway, obviously it's just lucky on who you match up with. Yeah, lots of artillery going on there. Firing canister into this shot. Yep, there you go, breaking that Russian unit. Really nicely done. They need to do that a bit more. I don't know. What are you firing at? They're firing the wrong direction. I don't know what they're doing. A mystery, that is for sure. As you can see, the French are on their way. You need to keep moving. I don't think there's any sign of the Peninsula Army returning either. It looks like it's fully done, which would make sense. They have no general. Yeah, it's looking rough. So it looks like the next job of this French army will be to deal with the 1806 Russian army. That will be an interesting matchup. This army, I don't know how big it was. It wasn't extremely big. It was probably just average size. It took a fair amount of losses from the 1799, but it also did a fairly efficient job of killing off 1799. So it's hard to say really what their numbers are looking like. Russians over here, though, have been routed by a dragoon unit. It looks like they might get this one as well. Seemed a bit of an unnecessary risk to send in this dragoon unit, because it seemed like the canister shots of the French were doing the job in pushing back the Russians. But there you go, another cavalry charge here from the Chevaliers here going in. This is a Russian center sending in Chevaliers, actually getting at the general of the Russians here. And that is a problem. If they can rout this general, if they can kill this general, that'll be even better for morale. But no, there you go, the French have been routed from the units in the building here of the Russians. But still, they routed him, so that's a big win there. Now the Russians are in trouble here. This 1812 Russians in trouble. 1806 is looking still pretty rosy. The Spanish really need to get a move on and push on this French army, because yes, there may be troops in behind them, but they're only Voltigeurs, but you just gotta hope that 1806 Russia gets in the way and blocks off this French army that's coming. You just maybe just gonna be worried about all this cavalry. There's not much. There's Italian dragoons and Chevalier lancers. But yeah, he needs to get a move on, because really there's actually not much French infantry to stop him. As you can see, he's already pushing hard here. You can see infantry is getting around the side of this 1815 army. It's close to breaking this 1815 army, and if they did break this quickly, it's then 3-on-1, and I don't think Russian center can deal with that. I can hear charging somewhere, but where I'm not sure. Oh, it's more cavalry going in. Okay. More cavalry going in. Chasseurs going in. Are they running? Oh, they're just running out. I thought they were actually breaking. Yeah, there's probably more infantry than they thought in it, including grenadiers. Yeah, it probably was not a fight they wanted to stay in for too long. We've now got Voltigeurs coming up. These guys are just going to harass the rear of the Spanish army. Get some shots off. Get to work, boys. Get to work. Do a little dance first. And they're just going to stand there. I thought they were going to do a volley. They did, just as I zoomed out. God damn it. There you go. Now we got the Spanish over on this side, like I said, flanking, which they need to do. They can keep flanking the Russians as well. Still have a lot of troops. They could outflank the French, perhaps. It's a risk, but it's certainly one they might have to take at this point. It's a make or break for the Spanish. They are slowly getting surrounded here by the arrival of the Russian Central Army. That was a great charge there by the dragoons. Just plowed down that Spanish unit. That will be routed, you imagine, very shortly. I don't know, actually. The French and the Spanish generals coming over here to support. No, there you go. The Italian dragoons maybe put off more than they could chew. Surprisingly. It was an absolute... Oh, actually, they did break it, but... I was going to say, it was an absolute brutal charge. It's like, literally like Attila levels, like knocking down the entire unit. Oh, 1799 France returned. It's got this one tiny little unit. The Russians, though, will see that off. But no problems about that. But like, they can flank if they wanted to. They need to be careful. Don't think these guys can form square. There are the elite gendarmes there. And the French cav is sneaking around, just trying to get after all the Spanish infantry. Hopefully they can form square. Though I'm pretty sure most Spanish infantry cannot form square. You can see the Spanish general is running for his life as the chasseurs come in. The grenadiers here just about to save the general. Wow, actually, I say that. They somehow managed to get that general. Seriously? I am surprised. That is really unlucky there for the Spanish player. I feel like his dragoons just about saved him. And now we've got a charge here. Got Joaquin Murat coming in with his chasseurs, and they'll rout the Spanish. Chasseurs just about saved. I mean, this is a dangerous flank coming on by the Spanish. It looks like they might just have saved it. 1806 Russia kind of disappeared. So I imagine surely it will be facing this big infantry line very shortly. The cavalry seems like it's just going to be enough to help support the Russians and the Spanish. I mean, they now have no generals, these armies over here assaulting 1815 France, but that might be enough. We'll have to see. They still have the numbers, I'd say, but morale is certainly going to be in favor of the French. We're patiently waiting. And the Russians keep coming forward. They're creeping forward. Are they creeping forward for a bayonet charge? We'll have to see. Go on, boys. A volley to make the Tsar proud. Or not. Or run away. That's not what the Tsar would want. They're actually breaking. The Russians even have an angle here on the French, and they're still not able to capitalize really on it. Shame there's no like Russian artillery, because I think the French artillery, really those 12-pounders, are helping to just churn up this Russian line. It's certainly helping with morale. I mean, morale is not looking great anyway. I mean, that's just a loss of a general affecting you there. I do have, looks like, some Russian cav coming in here. They're going to deal with these Voltigeurs. I don't think the French should be too worried about seeing these Voltigeurs go. But it's just something else routed, you know. It's a little victory for the Russians. Oh, actually, I say that. I don't know. Russian morale not looking great. Yeah, they broke, actually. Wow. I think that might be because they were trying to attack the furthest one, like trying to pull through. Don't know if that really worked for them. More French cavalry here. There's cavalry battalion here harassing the Spanish, breaking more of them. Incredible. Like, this fight is like being incredible. Oh, we have a Spanish artillery here though. Very low morale. Hopefully it's firing canister. What are these guys? Oh, is this the other artillery crew? It is. I don't know where their guns got scared from. Cavalry battalion as well back here. Looks like it's routing some Spanish infantry, perhaps. I think that's what I saw. I thought it was a cavalry unit for a moment, but there you go. Look at that cavalry battalion there. Is just wrecking what remains of the Spanish, and that is a real problem. Now it is just going to be 1812 Russia, but that is not looking so sure either. Gendarmes are in the mix now, and they are routing these Russians. They're literally just touching the Russians and they're breaking. I'm sure if there's one or two... Yeah, look at that. Those two guys got close to that infantry unit and routed it. My gosh. And actually, it's probably the cavalry battalion behind as well, helping to rout. And look at this. A comeback of the century. It looked like the French were done for. And the French are doing Napoleon proud. The French were down and out, it looked like. They were being pushed back and pushed back. A few even defeated. There you go. And I mean, there is still... It's not quite over. Obviously, this Russian army over here could pull off a miracle and defeat a couple of French armies. It's got a good position. I think it needed to be aggressive in some way. It just kind of was waiting, which, in fairness, it did need to wait on this French army. This French army was kind of looming, ready to go. We've got the Italian artillery here, 6-pounders. And where's the guard? The guard ones yet to even set up. Guard artillery. You know when you've got a lot of spare cash when you can afford to bring guard artillery, unless it's really damn cheap. But there you go. That is the Russians and the Spanish dealt with. I really thought they were going to beat the French. The Spanish did a really good job early game. So did the Russians, joining after, helping to push back the French. It just did not happen, it seemed. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain what happened. Just still 2 loss of generals, a couple of cavalry charges. The Spanish and the Russians obviously losing all their cavalry really early on in that big cav fight. That kind of helped decide it a little bit, because it did allow the French cav then to kind of freely row, and they could then get those generals. Yeah, it's hard to watch, I must admit. I imagine it must have been painful for the coalition forces. Some Spanish are returning and retreating to the hill, but yeah, the coalition forces must have been like, man, I thought we had this. They probably thought we had them pinned, we had them surrounded, they were in trouble. Russian infantry here though, still believing they have hope. They've got to face a lot of French infantry, and this is good French infantry. Well, I say French. It's mainly made up of Italians, Portuguese, and Spanish there. These are actually French troops on the end. But they all fight under the French flag. They all swear loyalty to Napoleon.
Our men are running,
You can see,
sir.
look at this, the Russians actually running. They know that there's an army coming. They know 1815 France is on its way. It's coming to try and, it's going to try and surround them. You can see the Russian center retreating. I think that's mainly because they're trying to just cut them off a little bit more. And it's just sad to see the Russians. This Russian player as well did a really good job with 1799 France. They did their job. They killed their army. Not that I'm saying the French and the Spanish and the Russians over here didn't do their job. They did a very good job. It's just that cavalry army actually has come in clutch right at the end. Cavalry battalion here. They might get routed because that Spanish infantry was firing point-blank range. So they did some very nasty damage there. They still have yet a couple of cavalry units just lingering in the back lines. Looks like I mean, if honest, in all honesty, the Russians, I'd advance to try and break this French army before the other one can arrive in time. But because whatever happens, you are in trouble. There is a tiny little unit in behind. Oh, this is Spanish infantry that's maybe returned. I don't know. Maybe this is going to be the hope and dreams of the coalition forces here. That one unit is going to do all the difference. But here we go. The Russians must be in range by now, I would have thought. There we go. The Trilliers answer my question. It's pretty nice long line going on here from the French. They should be able to stop them. The Russians kind of making more of a column formation, a much shorter formation. NTW3, I believe, fighting in column is a little bit better for morale in a line battle, but sometimes you want to also find your lines because you just want more men to be able to fire, and you've got to cover a longer distance. Just depends on the situation, I guess. We're going to see a bayonet charge here. It seems like the Russians aren't going to slow down. They're not slowing down to stop these Voltigeurs. Here we go. Russians are going to go in. I mean, we've got Russian center with some troops ready, some Portuguese and stuff, but they might go in. You imagine the Voltigeurs will be routed here. I mean, there's a pretty nasty volley there, though, onto this unit. I think this Russian unit might break yet. Oh, actually, both broke. Wow. The chasseurs did break as well. That seemed right that they broke. Not the chasseurs. Was the chasseurs? Oh, they are, in fact, chasseurs. I thought they were the Voltigeurs, the Italian Voltigeurs as well. But no. At least they got one unit. But, I mean, really, it was just a bit of a full-on hope. And here we go. French cav now coming across. They're going to go for these guns. And they're probably thinking, thank you very much. We'll take these guns out for you. And here they go. Couldn't limber up them in time. And you imagine this is going to be very decisive. And there you go. The guns are gone. Or at least one set of guns are gone. And the final cav fight is one final dragoon unit here fights it out. Looks like the chasseurs are going to get routed. Yeah, the French actually did lose that fight. Wow, there you go. Cavalry superiority. I mean, it's actually still with the French. They still have cavalry back here. I was about to say it's for once with the coalition forces, but that would be a little bit. It's hardly cavalry superiority having one unit, but maybe it is. But no, the French do have a couple more. So another cav fight might be about to take place. Looks like the Russians are shaping up, ready to block off this 1796 cavalry. And the Russians going for one last charge. Oh my gosh, this is brave on civility Grenadier Guards. Well, these are just Grenadiers, but even still, there are Grenadiers Guards down there. It's brave. I also saying the Russians, like most of these troops they have left, I'm pretty sure are actually Prussian infantry. Yeah, here we go, Velite Grenadiers, the Guard. They might get these guys, you know, they might rout them. Oh, jeez, that was a brutal volley from the artillery. That just shot into the back of their own troops. No morale. Well, I don't know, morale is not looking good. Charge here from the cavalry. Velites form square, and they will just sit in that quite happily. The French actually have been routed here. Grenadiers and infantry has been routed. Look at that. Wow. Grenadier Guards also routed. Don't tell me that the Russians are somehow going to turn this around. This would be an incredible comeback. No, they will quickly stop there. Trilliers having none of it. The Italians holding one last bastion over there. We've got the French trying to break the Russians here. I don't know if these are in square or they're just really blobbed up. It looks like really blobbed up is the answer. This cavalry here is also on its way. It really needs to dash for these guns before he gets shot in the face by a musketeer volley. And here comes the French armies. The Russians, you know, they managed to hold on for a little while. They did rout the French center. Maybe they could have, if looking back now.
Men are running, sir.
Maybe they could have defeated this French army. Who knows? The guns have been dealt with. And there you go, Russians routed fully over here. They did lose the cav. That full cav army is all nearly gone. And I think there's just, what, one, maybe two units left of Russian infantry, and that is it then. Though we do have Spanish. Look at this, Spanish infantry nearly did rout all this artillery back here. They got one. But the Guard artillery did, in fact, get a nice little volley into them. And there you go, the Russians are going to be defeated here. The brave bayonet charge just not quite enough. Oh no, the artillery actually didn't get routed. It decided to charge down the hill. So the Spanish failed entirely to take any of the artillery out. But there you go. That is today's battle. I do believe there's nothing left. Oh no, there is all the way over here. Got a Russian infantry unit in that building. But anyway, I'll make a cut. And I'll see you guys in a moment at the end screen as we... I don't really feel like waiting just to see this one Russian infantry get massacred. So I'll see you guys in a moment. So there we are, the end screen. So it wasn't too long until that Russian unit did get routed. But yeah, a really, really tough fight for all players here. I mean, the Russians did an excellent job dealing with 1799. The Spanish and the other Russian army did a pretty good job on the 1815. And I mean, it was a brutal fight for the all-cav army as well. I was like did an excellent job. It did really of like fighting off multiple Spanish and Russian assaults. But yeah, it was a really, really fun one. I really did enjoy it. This was sent in by Johnny the Buffoon, who was actually playing as 1796 France. I'm surprised. I thought he might have been playing as his favorite Russian center. But that was in fact G, who nearly got 2,500 kills, just short of that. Really good kills there for him with his very elite army. And then we've got the 9-pointer 1799, played by Corrupted Master. Had a bit of a rough game, getting just only 800 kills. I feel like he was kind of out-positioned a little bit. It also was kind of assaulting up a hill. It was a rough fight for him. And then we have Azure playing as 1815 France, getting 1,500 kills, nearly 1,600, did a very good job there. Then we reached the Lionheart playing as 10-pointer Russia, as like the 1812 one. Nearly 1,000 kills there, not too bad. Yeah, I don't know. If he hadn't lost his general, maybe he would have been okay. It's hard to say. Don, as Spain, getting nearly 900 kills. Yeah, again, maybe if he hadn't lost his general, he could have turned that battle around against Azure. Who knows? Angry Peasant did a very good job beating Corrupted Master, getting 1,000 kills as 1807 Russia, not 1806, 1807. Then we have Sniper Smith playing as like the UK like Peninsula Army, and he got absolutely obliterated, it seemed, by G. Just yeah, the lowest kills there. Unfortunate for Sniper that day. But we'll have a quick look at some of the unit stats. 384 kills for a cavalry battalion, 245 for another one, 214 for some dragoons. Murat getting 147 kills, but yeah, some solid kills there for the cavalry. But yes, if you enjoyed the battle, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment showing support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.